Hey guys, welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. As always, I'm ViciousV. When last we left off, we were exploring inside the Seamstresses Union. So let's get back to that and see if we can't work through the story some more. You know, can't do any worse at the moment. Confirm. Can I talk to him again? Yes, I can. Okay. I didn't see. Does he have any weapons? Power Bolt, which is a mage thing. Consumables. Okay, I could use these to summon elementals, but as I said before, I don't really have points in the skill that lets you control elementals, and I think if I remember right, if you lose control of the elemental, it hurts you. I don't need an extra source of damage in my life. Mrs. Kubota. I got it right. Mrs. Kubota watches you cross the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see that she's of mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house, mess with it at your peril," but her eyes twinkle with a playful light when she speaks. Konbanwa, good evening. My, but aren't you the pretty elf? Are you enjoying the Seamstresses Union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. She eyes you closely. Or is this business? Tempted to ask what's upstairs. Business. Just need a moment of your time, Mrs. Kubota. I have topics to discuss. I'm gonna go with number 3. What's behind door number 3? Soka. And why should I help you? Sam Watts, I'm looking for his killer. Jake sent me. I'm hunting the Ripper. Let's go with Sam Watts. That's actually the reason we're here. Her face brightens, amused. Ah, so you are the little insurance policy he would go on about when he was drunk. His avenging angel who would strike back for him from beyond the grave. What do you want to know? How well did you know Sam? I knew him. We all did. Sam was a regular here. Whenever he could beg or borrow enough Nuyen to become altered in some way, drugs, chips, alcohol, it didn't matter to Sam. As long as he was bent, he was always looking for his next fix. He clung to this place like it was his lifeline, and we treated him as part of the family, even if none of us truly liked him, except Coyote. Did you see Sam on the night of his death? He was here, quite inebriated, as he often was. Coyote was working bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy and belligerent with other customers. When I requested he leave, he refused. My bouncer, Mr. Clue, was off dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out the back door to the alley. That was the last I saw of either of them. Why is this place called the Seamstresses Union? During the gold rush years, there was a census, and the politicians wanted as high a number as possible to gain power and revenue. To bolster their numbers, they decided to include all the working girls, of which there were many, to the rolls. However, given the times, they could not list the girls' true occupation, so they entered them all as seamstresses. When a girl accumulated enough money to open her own place of business, she named it the Seamstresses Union, so potential workers would know that they would be treated fairly there, and thus a rich tradition was born. So, you're a former seamstress? No. Perhaps when we know each other more, I will reveal more about myself. For now, enjoy the union. One more question. Can you tell me where to find Coyote? Her face darkens. Would that I could. I've not seen her in 2 days. She is a smart woman and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. If she's dangerous, why fear for her? If she's smart, why fear for her? I'm sure she can take care of herself. If she's smart, why fear for her? Because she is in a dangerous line of work, and there is always someone smarter, more prepared. Her room is upstairs. If you are looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now and cannot be reached on her comm. It's unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have inaction on my conscience. Here is the key. Okay, I can go upstairs now. So, I know that this is probably the second of 2 story-heavy episodes, and if I could do anything about it, believe me, I would, but it takes a certain amount of time to get through the story that I cannot really speed up that much. I hope that the story is at least interesting enough to you guys that you're sticking through it. Let's see. There is a mid-grade security panel attached to the nearby door. It's set to require a password for entry. With 2 points into decking, we could hack it, but I can't do that. Maybe we can find a password somewhere. I don't know. Okay, what do we got? What we got? What we got? Nothing good? Nothing good? No, nothing good. Okay, let's move on. So this is probably Coyote's room. Definitely a bunch of things to search. And my mouse just died. Hang on a second, guys. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. My mouse has started draining batteries like Dr. Acula at a blood bank. And if you don't get that joke, you need to be very sad for yourself. Anyways, let's see what's going on. Looks like Coyote keeps her clothes in boxes on the floor. Well, okay. I cannot search through them. Okay, fine. What's over here? By the TV. The stand is littered with action movies and cigarette butts. A framed painting of the Chicago skyline done in stylized silhouette. We have... Coyote's bed has a diary with several papers sticking out of it. Open diary to the first paper. There's a receipt stuck between the pages and a diary entry. Inspect the receipt. A receipt for a Browning max power pistol from Gin Park downstairs with a note saying, "How big guns on hot women turn her on." Okay, so I guess we know what Jin's into. Read diary entry. I came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him with the real Paco, but this cutter dreck keeps messing with everything up. I love him, but he's totally different with the gang. It's how I make cash, baby, he always says. I try to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support us both with what I make at the Seamstresses Union, but he still goes on these runs with these bozos all over my floor. I feel like he's just seeing how far he can push me before I kick him out. I try to be patient, but why does it have to be all one way? As soon as the last cutter was out the door, I lost it. I told him if he ever pulled Drek like that again, that he would be sleeping in the alley. Of course, he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't want him to leave. He's the reason I got through all that stuff last year. Got my bartending license, got this apartment, and this life. I know he cares about me and loves me more than his involvement with the Cutters. I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life together. Slice out the fear that comes along with it. Flip to a different page. Open the diary to the second page. Paper has a handwritten poem on it and a diary entry. Read the poem. Let's just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. Diary entry. Sometimes it seems like Paco reads my mind or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco! Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the Cutters once. He leaves the apartment with a "see you in a few hours, babe," and returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help for us to avoid the subject in conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. The last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious for when I get the door open. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. Okay. Flip to another page. There's a receipt and an old photograph stuck between the pages. Inspect the receipt. A COD receipt for a special order, 5 pounds of zebra meat from Mari's Meat Emporium, located near Pike Place Market. Zebra meat. Okay. Look at the picture. The picture shows a young girl with caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm, yet she is smiling. The back of the photograph has "Shadow" scrawled on it. Fourth paper. A receipt for a wall safe installed near the bathroom door, set to a combination of 342436. 342436. Probably need to remember that. Put the diary back down. You're done with the diary. Alright, well, there's a wall safe over here. Let's go check that out. The broken mirror was hiding a small safe. Oh, I don't have to remember it. It's right there. Okay, input the code. The safe beeps cheerfully in response, and the door comes open. What's in there? A frag grenade. I wonder if I've selected that, it'll send this to my stash as well. Let's try. Send item to stash. No, it will not. It's going to send the grenade to my stash. Is there any way I can send this to my stash? Because I don't really need 3 medkits in my inventory. Let's look at that real quick. Yeah, it doesn't seem like... Maybe when I'm at a vendor I could. Possibly. It doesn't seem like I could send it to my stash from here. Yeah. Well, oh well. Okay, so the last thing here is this computer. Coyote's computer is ancient, probably fished it out of a junkyard. It doesn't even have a data jack, and the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes the dust-caked fans to spin up, only to display on-screen password. Without the password, the only other button on screen is a password recovery option. Or if I had decking 3, I could just hack it, but I'm not a decker. It'd be nice if I get a party and I could have a decker in my party. That would be great. Password recovery. Please answer 3 security questions to reset password. Question 1. Your first childhood pet. Well, that was the snake, and the snake's name was Shadow. Favorite musical act. There wasn't any evidence in the room as to what her favorite musical act is. Unless it was so vague that I couldn't possibly understand it. Let's take a guess. Let's guess Starfire. Just because I don't know. It stuck out to me. Question 3. What is the name of your hometown? Well, we know that because of the poster. It's Chicago. And yay! I got it right. I got all 3 right. Your password has been reset to Jesus Christ. For security, never write down your password. If I had a password like that, there's no way I would remember it without writing it down. It doesn't even have... I mean, it's just a randomly assigned password. It's not like it has a any significance to the user. The computer has a basic list of applications. Calendar. 3 days ago, meet with Delilah about gig. Today, meet Paco for a date at Pike Place Market, due in 30 minutes. Contacts. Coyote's contact list has exactly 1 entry, someone named Paco. There is no comlink number or other contact information for him. This does not seem like a very useful list of contacts. No, it does not. Access history. A quick scan of her recent searches shows that Coyote has been reading a great deal about hellhounds. It also suggests more than a casual interest in vintage action figures. Leave the computer. Okay, guys. I'm gonna end it here. When I come back, we'll pick up right here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end it here. When we come back next episode, I'll pick it back up here. I'm not gonna... We're not gonna miss anything unless there's nothing to do between here and me walking back outside, in which case I'll edit that part out and we'll start outside, because this is really dragging on story-wise already. It's already probably 2 episodes worth, and I really don't want to bore you guys. I really wish they did a better job. It's a very interesting game to play for yourself, but the balance between story and action is... It's like one huge block of story, one block of action, one block of story, one block of action, and these are big blocks. It's not like it's a little bit of story and some action, and some story and some action, and some story and some action, where it really kind of that kind of pacing makes things move along faster. Certainly makes it easier for someone to watch me play. I mean, this is interesting enough for me to play by myself, but even I get bored with huge blocks of story after a while. So I mean, I know that it picks up a little bit a little later on, but I haven't played much beyond that, and I don't know what the pacing's going to be like in the future. So I'm gonna finish this campaign. I'm gonna play it all the way through and LP it. And if you guys don't watch a single episode, oh well. Because I'm gonna play this game anyways. But I really, for your sake, for you guys' sake, I really hope that the pacing picks up to a better pacing, because I am sympathetic to you guys getting bored with these slow episodes, and I don't really want to break it up into anything shorter than 20 minutes, because then it's just going to take 4 times as long to get through the big block of story. We'll get through it in 2 episodes instead of getting through it in 4 this way. But I know it can suck from just watching from at times. Anyways, thanks for sticking through. I promise you we're gonna get back to some action again. I really thought I would get through the story here faster than I did. Part of it is the reading aloud. it slows things down a little, unfortunately. But I can't avoid that unless I just want to put it up on screen for 10 seconds and tell you pause the video if you want to read it. So anyways, I'm gonna continue to run this. I'm gonna continue to run How to Survive and Sword of the Stars: The Pit. I did have the developers of Chainsaw Warrior actually follow my Twitter account and retweet and favorite some of my Chainsaw Warrior videos, so I may actually pick up on that some. And run that a little more as well. And The Pit and Chainsaw Warrior are going to be shorter videos, so those will have a quicker pace to them, and I'll probably release more of them. I have a few other games I'm looking at for Let's Playing. The thing is, I work and I have a family with kids, so there's only so much time I can devote to Let's Playing. I want to get these games into the rotation, but I need to find time, and right now having 4 games on the rotation is a lot as is. So I don't know. Anyways, I have been Victus. Thanks for hanging with me. I'll see you guys next time.